Alright, welcome back. So right here, we're gonna troubleshoot the lag out issue on the last topic that we have done, yes. And as you can see now, I've successfully logged out from that account. And now we are seeing the My Account page. So whenever we click the My Account page, I'm on the incognito window. So you will see this particular login and register. So since we have registered already using the user test, so I'm gonna use the same email at gmail.com and would include the password that I've already have created or modified the last time. So this is my password, and I'm gonna log in, and let's try to see my account. So right now we are now seeing the my account page, and the issue was the reason why when we log out the last topic it stays on this page is because there were conflicts with the Elementor plugin. So I'm gonna try and log this out and see if this will be successful. So as you can see now, we are back on our login page. But before, we can't log out. That is because the Elementor plugin and the default WooCommerce page are not compatible. So you have to take into account if you try to adjust and put some styles with this particular page, the my account page, you have to see if the current Elementor, if the latest version of Elementor would support the editing of the my account page, because if not, you will face the same issue. Okay, so whenever you face issues in regards to your pages, you have the chance to revert, or let's say remove the particular edit that you have done or revision that you have done. So let's check the background in our dashboard. So right here, I'm in my dashboard in WordPress, and just go to users first so that you will be able to see how many users do you have. And right now I have the user test, which I have created using my using the login email. Okay, so right here, and if you want to see the details regarding the user test account profile, then you will just click that and see the username. Since we don't have the first name and last name, then the customer should be informed that he needs to put his name, first name or second or last name, okay, so that it will have the name should be recorded to our database. So here is the profile for that particular user. And going back to the pages, I'm gonna click the all pages under the pages and proceed to the my account. As you can see here, there's no edit with Elementor. Okay, so last time what I did was I clicked the edit and then use the edit with Elementor instead, but that made some conflict with my design. But I'm going to try it again right now. So I'm gonna head back to WordPress Elementor, and let's try and do some modification if this will be allowed again. So what I'm going to do now is put an element right here and look for the spacer. Okay, so I'm gonna drag this instead of making a flex box. So I'm gonna put the spacer just up on top of the hidden section, and I will put some space of around 100. Okay, and then I'm gonna duplicate the space so that we will have also spacing under. So I'm gonna put it under the section. So as you can see, we have now the section in the middle, or the shortcut in the middle, and I'm gonna hit publish and see what will happen on the front end. So right now I'm gonna proceed to our my account page and reload it. So now you will have the space in between. Okay, so let's try and log this out. If this will become successful, then this will be the simplest modification. So as you can see, it doesn't log out. That's the reason why we have some issues. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just delete the container. Make sure that you haven't deleted the actual container now, and then hit publish. And what will I do next will be I think the factor. So I'm gonna click the logo right here and exit to WordPress. Okay, so just before we exit this particular page, I want to reload the incognito window, and let's see if there will be something that would solve the problem. So right here, the problem is already solved. So let's try and log in using our user test at gmail.com and user test 1234. Okay, so let's try. Oh, it didn't log in. Why? So let's try user test 1234, because this is the default, or this is the username that automatically was generated. So it didn't log in as well. So let's try that at gmail.com and user test 1234. Let's double check user test. Maybe I'm having some problems with my spelling, so it doesn't make any sense at all. So what I'm going to do before I go back to the dashboard, you would like to press this back to WordPress editor. Okay, so this will make the page as the default page of WordPress, not the page of Elementor. So as you can see, we still have now the edit with Elementor, and the short code is now visible. So I'm gonna try and use and reload this particular page. Let's see what will happen. And now we were able to log in to our account. So I'm gonna click the dashboard to eliminate some of the notification. So account details, let's put the name of the user. So let's put here user, then test for the purpose. And you can put, of course, your current password and change your password. And I'm gonna save changes right here. And let's try and log out. If things would be fine. Okay, so as you can see, we were able to log in and log out. So I think the best way to give some spaces or spacing in that particular page is use the default WordPress elements, and let's try and use the space. Okay, spacer. So I'm gonna put the spacer above, just above the short code, and add more spacer. Okay, just below. Or let's try and put some text. I'm gonna try and Sorry, should be text, not test. Paragraph. So let's put some paragraph just below the right there. So I'm gonna put hello, hello, and welcome to your dashboard. Okay, so I'm gonna hit save and let's see what will happen on the front end so that we will have idea. So I'm gonna reload the page. So right here I'm gonna put the user test gmail.com and user test 1234. User, yeah, I always make some mistakes with typing. So right now, as you can see, we now have a much we have spacing, and here is the text right just after the hello. So what I'm going to do next is I'm gonna drag this particular element by just clicking this move up and then one more move up there. So there will be spacing in between. I will adjust this to, let's say, 200 or 150 probably, so that it will cover the whole upper part, and then right here 150 and hit save. So the one problem that we might encounter is the responsive design. So let's try and reload this page. So there we have a more good looking dashboard with enough spacing. So you can add, I think you can add more elements like image and then your heading, titles, etc. You can try and experiment. Okay, so let's try to log this out so that we will know if there are some errors. So right there, as you can see, the message hello and welcome to your dashboard is still there. So make sure whenever you will put some information in regards to the customer's dashboard, it should be minimal, because other people who haven't logged in yet or a new visitor would come, they will see, even though they are not logged in, the details that you would put in here in this page. Okay, so I highly suggest that you do some creative experiments so that your login might look better. All right, so let's try to hit the cart. Let's see if there are problems. So no, since I don't have an order, or yes, I haven't added anything yet, all of your products will be displayed right here just below, and by default WooCommerce would provide the links right here. So if the people will click the add to cart or the images, they will just simply go to the page where the actual product is. All right, so I forgot this part, shorter description. As you can see, this is the shorter description and this is the longer description. So if you will fill up the necessary information in regards to your product, you can do with the description. And if you want a simpler, or let's say shorter, and you can do that with the short description. All right, that's it. Now we have our design using the free plugin of Elementor. There will be much time for you to gain the experience and practice yourself in doing some modification like this one. So this one doesn't have a link, so you can create another product and link this up. Okay, so there are so many features with Elementor and so with WordPress, and we have experienced at least the simplest way to create a simple design using free Elementor. And as you can see, there are a lot of things to see. On the next topic, I will show you how you should fix your permalinks. But maybe right now, I'm gonna show you the permalinks. Okay, and I will just add to you the description of the topic, the permalink. All right. So right here, you have to make sure when you click the permalinks, you have to select this post name. Okay, because this will create links for all the pages that you have in your website. And the format is like this: HTTP localhost public HTML sample post. Because by default, I think the WordPress is set to this month and name or day and name. Okay, so as you can see, there is the date in between 2024-08. Google doesn't like that. Okay, Google doesn't like to have a very complicated links like this one number, or of course you can create your own post name and custom structure, but this is by default the best way, because whenever you add plugins and whenever you add more features to your website, this is the most standard, or this is the standard way for plugins to work. Okay, so you have to check this post name. So this is the simplest URL that you can provide for your plugins and even to your visitors, because if you're going to share the link to your visitors, they will see this questionable, or let's say confusing numbers and letters, and sometimes they go very very far, or they have so much numbers and letters before you can even share, and they would not definitely remember what you have shared. But right here, if you just put this simple post, you can just add the post name to the existing one, then you will be able to guess if that is the correct page. All right, so you have to make sure that it is selected to the post name and just save changes. Okay, that's it. And I guess you have learned something from this course, and I want to give you some tips and advices so you can proceed to your journey to become a WordPress developer. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead to our next topic and see you on the next. Goodbye.